All right, let's go. What a weekend it was. Now, I can't say for sure, but something tells me that walking into your office on Monday morning felt a little different than normal. It is officially crypto week, and it finally feels like
that our luck has officially turned around, guys. We are back, baby.
So we got a lot to talk about today, from the crazy and unhinged Rosie O'Donnell to Kamala Harris's new ride to work, from the deranged ramblings of Maxine Waters to the only logical thing Bernie Sanders has ever said.
I don't understand why Trump wants to get rid of all these illegals. I mean, have you seen these big booty Latinas? Oh my God. I got this cleaning lady named Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Biggest booty I've ever seen. I mean, sure, she's got a bit of a mustache going, and yes, she got fat lately, so she's not looking very hot anymore, but we can figure it out, you know?
We'll get into what caused Elmo to go on his wild posting tirade on X, and the biggest problem Michelle Obama has to deal with.
Being a black woman in America is hard, especially when you got a bit of a dangling dong situation going on down there, you know?
We'll talk about the difference between new scum and news come, and I'll show you what the bears are doing to help deal with all the pain, because you know this channel is the place that always covers everything that matters, and I'm always here to answer all the tough questions, like who's the only bartender in history to get mad when you ask for ice? Is it okay to tell your grandkids that this is Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi? Was Piers Morgan the pigeon lady in Home Alone 2? Is Caitlyn Jenner really planning to marry Al Bundy? What's the best way to provide help in a desperate situation? Have you ever seen a better looking couple than Emmanuel Macron and his wife? Is everything okay with Keith Olbermann?
Welcome to Woke 2.0.
And maybe the most important question of them all, am I wearing any pants? So to anyone that I offend, my message to you is this.
If I offend anybody here tonight, I don't give a shit.
Maybe you can go catch up with Whoopi Goldberg and walk your ass up to Canada.
Later, losers.
This is the first ever crypto week in the United States, and if you're anything like me, you set a special alarm for the occasion.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go.
This article from Ellie Tourette, Crypto Week commences, lawmakers and industry go all in. She lays out what we can expect from Congress this week. The article says that the U.S. House of Representatives has designated July 14th to the 18th as Crypto Week to debate three key crypto bills: the Genius Act for stablecoin regulation, the Clarity Act for market structure, and the Anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act to ban central bank digital currencies. Of course, we have seen industry leaders like Ripple and Coinbase push for clarity, while Democrats, led by Maxine Waters, criticize the bill as risky, citing potential corruption tied to President Trump's crypto investments. And here is French Hill, the chairman of the House Committee on Financial Services.
Crypto, I want to ask you, crypto has been the Wild West, right, in many ways, because they don't have the same kind of regulation in the digital asset space that there does exist for banks and financial services. You've got a few measures coming up this week. How do you make sure, as you put these regulations in place that kind of help crypto become more mainstream, that it doesn't also benefit some of those on the black market, for example, who use this to evade oversight?
Well, in the work in the Senate led by Bill Hagerty and Tim Scott and Cynthia Lummis on the Genius Act to create a dollar-backed stablecoin, we've heavily influenced that legislation over the 2 years of previous work by the House. And our Clarity Act, which sets up the rules of the road for what's a commodity, what's a security, how to use digital assets, how to store them, how to custody them. These are the rules that will protect consumers, will limit access to our market and our investors from entities outside the United States trying to influence the crypto markets. We have none of that today. What we've had is a mismatch of rules by enforcement in the Biden administration, and I believe the bills we'll have on the House floor this week will protect investors, consumers, and make America, as President Trump wants, a leader in financial technology and crypto and digital assets innovation.
We also see that ProShares XRP ETF is set to go live on July 18th, and this from Brad. Always exciting to see my alma mater, University of Kansas, leading the way in pushing the boundaries of on-chain use cases. This is exactly why Ripple launched the University Blockchain Research Initiative to support academic research, driving new utility and long-term impact of crypto. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. All right, a quick update on what I've been using lately to grow my crypto portfolio. The platform is called Nomy. We've talked about them before, and I want to thank them for sponsoring this video. First off, the community is booming. You can check out the official channels on X and Telegram. Just hit up @Nomy Finance and NomyFi on Telegram. They're running AMAs, showing up at big industry events, and generating a lot of solid engagement. The Nomy platform is built by a team with a ton of crypto experience. When you go to nomyfi.com, you'll see detailed info on their products, the team, and the full ecosystem. The real highlight though, fixed staking. I created a few deposits, like 5K to 10K each, with terms between 9 and 12 months. APYs can hit up to 172.5%, depending on how you set it up. If you tick the green box, you'll amplify your earnings, which will be paid in their Nomy token. If you don't tick the green box, your profits will stay in your original asset, like BTC or XRP. I'm also holding some Nomy tokens, which is still in pre-sale, waiting on exchange listings. Now is the perfect time to explore, stake, and earn. Use Nomy, stack daily income, and as always, do your own research. All right, let's take a look at some of the other top headlines, and we'll start right here with the legend from Louisiana, John Kennedy.
When we talk about that seashell on the seashore messaging, 8647, and now open criminal investigations to the two men we're talking about now, Comey and Brennan, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I know Mr. Comey and I know Mr. Brennan. Neither one of them, in my opinion, should attempt more than 6 of the 10 commandments. They're not very nice people. They're not ethical people. I know people who have worked with them closely. And if you talk to people who've worked with them closely, those people will tell you that they're about as popular as male pattern baldness.
Jasmine Crockett says that Republicans have come up to her on the street and said that she is as dumb as a box of rocks. And when I first heard this, I actually got pretty upset. How dare those people disparage rocks like that?
1 year ago, our country was a dead country. We were going nowhere except down. We were the laughing stock all over the world. And now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We're #1 everywhere, anywhere in the world. And that's all they're talking about is our country.
Fed board member Christopher Waller says that the Federal Reserve can consider cutting interest rates this month.
I don't need 5,000 people working for me behind the scenes like Jerome Powell to tell him what he should say once a month. Because they got it wrong. The Fed got it wrong. I call him too late. He's always too late. Every point costs us $360 billion. Think of that. And we should be 3 points. That's almost $1 trillion. Approximately $1 trillion less we should be just with the signing of a piece of paper. So we'll see what happens. I mean, you're telling me he's going to quit. I hope he quits. I don't know that he's going to quit, but he should quit.
And just released the new official tariff logo, the 50%.
Los Angeles are waging insurrection against the federal government. They are protecting those who traffic in the suffering of children. And by the way, do you know why so many of these unaccompanied alien minors are being put to work in slave wages and slave conditions all across California? To pay off their cartel debts. The Democrat Party is funneling these profits from rape, profits from exploitation, and yes, profits from murder, into the hands of the cartels that control the north of Mexico, that assassinate politicians, that assassinate judges, that assassinate women and children, and that smuggle fentanyl into our country. Cartels are waging war against America, and their allies are the Democrat Party. And their allies are the Democrat politicians that are incentivizing these migrant mobs to try to murder our ICE officers.
And this is the actual face you make when you wish you could help the kids, but you realize it's a slave of one of your donors.
I'm sensitive as a former mayor, as an executive, this notion of safety.
This guy wouldn't like the surface nation. This guy ain't got the balls to be an ICE officer. He hasn't got the balls to be a bomb show agent. This guy lives in his mother's basement The only thing that surprised me, you don't have purple hair and a nose ring. Get out of here, you loser.
I really believed our country was going down for the fall. I don't know if it ever could have come back. It was very close to the edge. And I really would like to be known as the man that saved our country.
Remember that AI is the great equalizer. And what I mean by that is, in fact, because we use AI for research, and my primary use case for AI is doing research and being my tutor.
I couldn't agree more. I use it a lot for research myself. And rumors are circulating that Nicolas Cage may be getting ready to star in National Treasure 3, The Epstein List. They even have their own action figures.
Of course we have the Epstein list. We printed it in binders. Big, beautiful binders. Color-coded. All the colors. People like colors. Then we handed them out to social media influencers. Because, you know, justice by TikTok is so 2025. Arrests? Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're doing sound bites, hashtags, and maybe even a branded podcast. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a Zoom call with someone who is definitely not on the list. Seriously, he's not on it.
So you know I'll be watching, and I'll keep you updated with any new information. It's always important to make sure you are basing your decisions on the facts. Unfortunately, we may never know what actually did happen for so many years on Epstein Island, or even what happened to Jeffrey himself. Never has a generation so diligently documented themselves, achieving so little. You gotta remember to always do what feels right for you. Not all movie remakes are good, but this is one I'll be first in line for. To all the haters down in the comment section, they used to call these things jumpolines. That is, until your mom got on one. I'm just gonna continue to do my own thing, keeping in mind that they haven't even cut interest rates yet.
What do you call someone with no body and no nose?
What?
Nobody knows.
And if you have a couple more minutes, you may have missed my last video where the CEO of Ripple surprised everyone. Until the next time, be safe.